Hello, hello, hello. Are you there? Hi. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the top 10 business lines of credit without personal guarantee. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you were to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the top 10 business lines of credit without personal guarantee. Number 10, we have Wells Fargo. Our score, 7 over 10. So when you think about Wells Fargo, you were thinking about a business line of credit that is great for rewards, okay? And they actually provide two unsecured lines of credit. So they have the Wells Fargo Business Line and the Wells Fargo Small Business Advantage. And both of those get you access to the Wells Fargo Business Line Rewards program, okay? So you will earn 1 point for every dollar you spend on net purchases you make with an Access card, which lets you make purchases directly from the credit line. You can also earn 1,000 bonus points every billing period if you spend at least $1,000 in net purchases. They also have a new customer offer, so no annual fee for the first year, but the line goes from $5,000 to $10,000. That's a revolving credit line. There's no personal guarantee if you have a strong MPR with the bank and you are requesting a line under $50,000. MPR stands for multi-product relationship, okay? And rates are as low as prime plus 1.75%, no collateral required, no personal guarantee required, and automatic enrollment in a free rewards program. And this line is also great for startups. Okay, sometimes credit lines require you to have a track record of several years in business with the current owner to qualify, but the unsecured Wells Fargo Small Business Advantage doesn't, making it a great option for startups, though it does have a 5-year term after which it may be reviewed. Okay, so again, for startups, the lines go from $5,000 all the way to $50,000. Number 9, we have On Deck. Our score, 7.5 over 10. So this is our pick for the business lines of credit for bad credit. So On Deck offers quick funding of up to $100,000 for business owners with credit scores of 600 or higher. And the maximum line amount is $100,000. Minimum credit score 600. No personal guarantee. The estimated APR goes from 11% to 61.90%. So this is kind of, and you got to be in business for at least 1 year, okay? And so they also offer a fast line of credit for small business owners with less than stellar credit who need to manage cash flow or buy inventory. So what are the pros here? The cash can be available within the same business day. They require low minimum credit score and you have less paperwork than most lenders. What about the cons? Fixed fee structures means that early repayment will not save interest. They require weekly repayments and they require, in some cases, especially if you go into a very high amount like around 100,000, they might require collateral and in some cases personal guarantee, but this is rare. And minimum credit score 600, minimum time in business 1 year, minimum annual revenue $100,000, and no bankruptcies in the past 2 years. Number 8, we have Bank of America. Our score 7.5 over 10. With Bank of America, you have they offer secured and unsecured business credit lines, and both types may come with an interest rate discount of 0.25, 0.50 or 0.75%, depending on your 3-month average combined balances in Bank of America business deposit accounts and or Merrill Edge or Merrill Lynch business investment accounts. Okay, it's all about establishing a relationship with Bank of America, and the unsecured lines range from $10,000 to $100,000, and the secured lines start at $25,000, though you may not be required to secure the line of credit if it's $100,000 or less. Okay, and one thing I need to say here is that depending on your needs, like your desired credit line amount and interest rate preferences, one type may be more appealing to you. So both the secured and unsecured business lines of credit are subject to annual renewal. So in order to qualify, your business must have a 2-year track record under existing ownership, plus annual sales of at least $100,000 for an unsecured line of credit, or $250,000 for a secure line. Okay, and this line of credit requires no personal guarantee if you have a strong MPR with the bank and are requesting a line under $50,000. Number 7, we have here PNC Bank. Our score 8/10. With PNC, we had chosen PNC for our. We love the fact that they have the best bank business line of credit, and they offer a line of credit of up to $100,000. This is really good. And if you have an established business, this is great. And the PNC business line of credit can be funded as quickly as the same business day. So maximum line amount $100,000, minimum credit score 720, or it can be 550 minimum if you have a strong MPR with the bank, and no personal guarantee if you have a strong MPR with the bank and are requesting a line under $50,000. Okay, the APR here 12.24 to 14.24%. And what we love is that they offer a revolving line of credit that works similarly to a credit card. Okay, what are the pros and cons here? The pros: the bank line of credit they have a bank line of credit with competitive interest rates. They can fund as quickly as the same business day, monthly repayments with no set terms. Okay, really good. What about the cons? They require high minimum credit score and multiple years in business, at least 2 years. They require personal guarantee for high amounts. As long as you stay below 50K, there's no personal guarantee. All right, and businesses in certain states and industries are ineligible. So maximum time in business 2 to 3 years, maximum annual revenue $100,000, and the APR is the market prime rate plus either 7.49% or 9.49%. Number 6, folks, we have Fundbox. Our score 8.5/10. And Fundbox is great when it comes to having an unsecured business line of credit with a very high amount. So here, the maximum loan amount is $150,000, minimum credit score 600, and the estimated APR goes from 10% to 79%. And this line of credit requires no personal guarantee. Okay, so Fundbox offers a business line of credit to fill a cash flow gap, and qualifying is easier than with other lenders. So what about the pros and cons here? The pros: financing is available within 1 business day after approval, simple application with minimal documentation required, and this lender is startup friendly because they accept borrowers with a minimum of 6 months in business, low minimum credit score requirements, no prepayment penalties, account maintenance fees, or inactivity fees. Okay, and what about the cons? Rates are high compared to traditional banks. They may require personal guarantee if the amount is above $100,000, and this cannot be used to build business credit. In other words, they don't report to the credit bureaus, they don't report to Dun & Bradstreet, they don't report to Experian, they don't report to SBFE, they don't report to Equifax. And you also have weekly repayments that are required over a short term, maximum of 24 weeks. So minimum credit score 600, minimum time in business 6 months, minimum annual revenue $100,000. You have to be based in the US, and you need to have a business checking accounts. Number 5, we have a US Bank. Our score 9/10, and this is great for fixed rates. Okay, if you're looking for fixed rate options, this is great. And we love the fact that the US Bank's cash flow manager line of credit comes with an option to lock in a fixed rates, and this option is available if you have a minimum credit line of $2,000 with a loan term of 1 to 5 years. Plus, each fixed rate option has a $50 fee. Okay, and this requires no personal guarantee if you have a strong MPR with the bank and are requesting a line under $100,000. Okay, a few things you need to note though. The bank may limit the number of fixed rate options you can have at some time. And if your credit line has a small business administration guarantee, you will not be able to use the option to lock in a fixed rate. And the credit limit tops out at $250,000. So when you think about US Bank, their maximum business line of credit limits is $250,000. They want you to be in business for at least 2 years to make at least $100,000 gross income, gross revenue rather, every year to qualify for this. Okay, this is important. Number 4, folks, we have here Navy Federal. Our score 9/10. Obviously, this is our pick for the best credit union business line of credit. And so if you need help, but obviously you got to be a member of Navy Fed, right? But membership is open to everybody. You don't have to have military affiliation to qualify for membership, okay? So if you need help for managing your working capital, operating expenses, cash flow, or payroll, they have Navy Fed has a great business line of credit for you. So the line of credit goes from $35,000 and all the way to $250,000. $35K to $250,000. Your credit score goes from 675 to 850, but it can go all the way to 535 if you have a strong NPR with a credit union. And there's no personal guarantee if you have a strong NPR with Navy Fed and are requesting a line under $75,000. As long as you stay within that threshold, they may actually work with you and not request a personal guarantee attached to this line of credit. And term length can match borrower needs, and in some cases, there might be some fees. And this is great for established businesses if you want to bridge cash flow gaps, business growth, and unexpected expenses, and other operational purposes. Okay. And so, what do you need to apply? So you will need to talk to a representative before getting this line of credit, of course, though. Okay, it's important. They want to have a completed and signed business loan application, business tax returns under existing ownership, the most recent 2 years. Business plan may be required. Personal tax returns for all owners, guarantors, most recent 2 years. Financial statements, proof of collateral in some cases. Okay. Number 3, folks, we have here funding circle. Our score 9.5 over 10. This is great for established businesses. So you have the APR starts at 9.99% APR. You do have a minimum credit score of 660. Minimum revenue is around $100,000 to $150,000. 2 years minimum time in business. Okay. Lines of credit from $5,000 to $250,000. And there's no personal guarantee required. Okay. And this is great because this allows you to have a competitive starting APR, monthly payments on some lines of credits, and you have funding within 24 to 48 hours. So those are the pros. What about the cons? You have higher borrower requirements and low maximum credit limits. So how does the application process go? Well, it's very simple. Okay. You can check your eligibility and you can apply in minutes. And your dedicated account manager will get in touch once they have reviewed all the paperwork that you submitted. They will get back to you, and once you clear all the hurdles, if you will, quote unquote hurdles, they will approve you, and you'll get funded within 24 to 48 hours. So the process can be really fast. So maximum line amount here, $250,000. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. We are still talking about the top 10 business lines of credit without personal guarantee. Number 2, folks, we have Bluevine. Our score 9.5 over 10. Bluevine is great for startup business lines of credit. If you also have an established business, you could qualify for this line of credit, not a problem. And they offer funding up to $250,000 for startups with 6 or more months in business. So maximum loan amounts $250,000, minimum credit score is 600, and no personal guarantee is required. Okay, the APR oscillates from 15 to 78%, and with Bluevine's line of credit, you can actually get fast working capital for short-term borrowing needs. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: cash can be available within 12 to 24 hours. Multiple term lengths for different financing needs. Low minimum credit score requirements. This is really good. When you think about it, like, they are only asking you for a minimum credit score of 600. This is just fantastic. I mean, I love that. And this line of credit is also startup friendly, so they accept borrowers with a minimum of 6 months in business. What about the cons? They may require weekly repayments. In some cases, for higher amounts, let's say if you go in $150,000 or $200,000, they may require personal guarantee. Also, depending on the states where you're in, because lending is a state affair, it's not a federal affair. Okay, and this line is not available in North Dakota, South Dakota, or Vermont, and rates can be high compared to traditional lenders. What about the qualifications here? So minimum credit score is 600, minimum time in business 6 months, minimum annual revenue $120,000. Number 1, folks, the best of the best in our opinion, Lendio, 10 over 10. This is the best business line of credit overall, in our view. The loan amounts here, $1,000 to $500,000, $1,000 to $500,000. No personal guarantee. You have a loan term of 1 to 2 year maturity. Okay, time to fund as soon as 1 to 2 weeks. Interest rates as low as 8 to 24%. So this is the best business line of credit overall in our view. Okay, they are asking you for a 560 minimum FICO score, $50,000 minimum annual revenue, 6 months minimum time in business. You can get better. Think about it. 560 FICO, $50,000 minimum annual revenue, and 6 months in business. Fantastic. So Lendio is our favorite source for business lines of credit. Okay, because of all the things that I just said, and it is not a lender; it is a lending marketplace. When you think about Lendio, I want you to think about a coalition, a constellation of multiple lenders, a constellation of lenders. This is not just a single lender. That's why you have access to such a variety of loan options. Okay, so when you apply to Lendio, you have a brief online application, but Lendio then takes your application and matches you with lenders that you qualify for. You then compare offers and choose the one that works best for you. And Lendio works with several of the other lenders that we have talked about today. So your application on Lendio's lending platform gives you a shot at most of your favorite lines of credit. Okay, so this is really good. And so you have a fast application, a wide variety of funding and lenders. You have personalized guidance and expertise. And the cons, you have high interest rates on some credit lines, and they do sometimes report hard credit inquiries. One thing I want to say here is that, folks, let's just have a quick discussion about business lines of credit in general here. Let me give you an overview. How does a business line of credit work? It works similarly to a credit card. With a line of credit, you'll receive access to a set amount of capital, let's say $100,000 or $150,000, right? And you can draw funds as needed. You pay interest on only the funds that you draw. Okay, so you then repay the funds over time, typically on a weekly or monthly schedule, and many lenders allow you to repay your full balance early to save on interest cost. Some lenders charge additional fees, such as, let's say, a origination fee. So this is a fee charged to process your application. You have account maintenance fee. This can be a monthly or annual fee associated with managing your account and keeping your business line of credit active. You have a draw fee. This is a fee that's charged each month you draw on your credit line. And you can have, in some cases, an activity fee. And a lender may charge this fee if you don't draw from your line of credit within a specified period of time, because they have to make money too, right? It's all about making money. So this is important. And the bottom line is you can get a business line of credit from a bank, from a credit union, from an online lender such as Bluevine or Fundbox, okay? And to get this business line of credit, you might be asked to provide your personal and business tax returns, your personal and business bank statements, your business financial statements, for example, your profit and loss statement or a balance sheet, or even the four. In other words, the balance sheet, the income statement, the statement of cash flows, and the statement of owner's equity, okay? And before you apply for a business line of credit, you want to research the terms, compare offers, and read the fine print. You want to consider factors such as credit limits, interest rate, repayment period, annual review and renewal requirements to be approved, and any special perks or rewards, okay? Those are things I want you to think about. Also, you want to think about whether you are looking for a secured business line of credit or an unsecured one. Those will be very, very important. So when you think about business lines of credit versus business credit cards are technically lines of credit, but they actually are different from traditional business lines of credit in several ways. Because a business line of credit can provide a higher credit limits, may be secured by collateral, and provides actual cash in your bank account when you make a draw. You can get cash with a business credit card, but you'll be charged fees that are so high, and you don't want to do that, okay? And business credit cards, however, can provide rewards or cash back for spending, which is not something offered by traditional lines of credit. So rewards are typically related to business expenses such as office supplies, gas, internet, and cable. And before I move further here, please check out the short loan evaluation approach. We do have a rigorous approach on this show when it comes to evaluating business lines of credit and business loans. Check this out. All right, folks, this is the end of today's conversation. Let me quickly recap. So today I spoke to you about the top 10 business lines of credit without personal guarantee. Number 1, we have Lendio, 10 over 10. Number 2, we have Blue Vine, 9.5 over 10. Number 3, we have a Funding Circle, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, we have a Navy Fed, 9 over 10. Number 5, we have US Bank, 9 over 10. Number 6, we have Fundbox, 8.5 over 10. Number 7, we have PNC Bank, 8 over 10. Number 8, we have Bank of America, 7.5 over 10. Number 9, we have OnDeck, 7.5 over 10. And number 10, we have Wells Fargo, 7 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.